Well, good morning, class. Hope everybody is doing great on this Wednesday morning. Little video with three parts for you this week. First, some reminders, then a little bit of information about our upcoming session, and finally, some announcements. Okay, so for reminders, today, which is June 19th, you've got four things due at 11 p.m. The first of those is your readings, which was pretty bulky this week. Then you've got your articulated learning blog number 1, which I know many of you have already completed. Next is discussion forum 5, which is a big one, and I know many of you have gotten started working on that already and posted some stuff, so keep that up. Great job. And then finally, your future studies project part 2, which are your 8 annotated references. So keep that in mind for tonight. Just a gentle reminder that all those items are due by 11 p.m. All right, a little bit of session prep for Saturday, June 22nd. Our session on this coming Saturday will be from 12 to 4. We'll meet at our normal spot inside the Student Center, second floor, the Pine Shelf Room. And our guest speaker will be Dr. Jerry Mosier, and she's coming to us from Fort Wayne. She's the chancellor of that region with Ivy Tech, and she's got a great background in economic and workforce development. So I'm really excited for her. The session will unfold, I would imagine, very much like our others have. A little bit of time to introduce, a little bit of time to get to know one another. Dr. Mosier, I've asked her to talk to us a little bit about her career path, talk about economic and workforce development through some cases that she's worked through, and just kind of tell us a little bit about the current state of things from her perspective as it relates to community colleges and economic and workforce development. So I'm thrilled and delighted that she's going to be joining us, and I look forward to another awesome session. I know you've already taken a look at this page through the discussion forum, but it wouldn't hurt to just kind of refresh and just be aware of sort of her background in the specific topic for this week, and be prepared to ask her some questions too. Hopefully we'll have time for that. Lastly, 5 little announcements or housekeeping items. The first one, what's due next week? So if we forecast ahead a little bit, and I can't even believe how I feel like this summer session has gone by quickly. I'm not sure about you all, but just to forecast ahead a little bit, we are currently in week 6. Next week, obviously then, would be week 7. So if you take a look at page 12 on your syllabus, you'll see that next Wednesday, June 26th, you've got 3 things due. The first is your Future Studies Project Part 3, which is where you go online, exploring, trying to figure out what future studies actually is. All those directions are in the syllabus. And remember, for this one, you want to post within the weekly class folder. You want to upload your assignment and also post to the discussion forum. And there's a place for that already pre-built. Now, when you go to the discussion forum, remember, we talked about this last time, it will look like no one has posted anything until you actually post your own stuff first. So I've kind of set it up that way so you won't be able to see anything until you post your own work. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that actually works, but let me know if it does not. The next thing that's due is Future Studies Project Part 4, which is your annotated paper outline. And basically you can think about this, and again we talked about this last time we met face-to-face, as your first draft of the Future Studies Project paper. So if I were you, I would take advantage of this assignment and really try to get a draft of that paper written, or at least an outline of what you'd like to do. And make sure as well, you've got your major headings that are already sort of preset for you in the syllabus, but make sure you flesh those out with a variety of, and it depends on the level 1 heading, but level 2 and level 3 headings per APA. And you can find out how to format that online or in the APA manual version 6. And then you've got some additional readings due for next week. Moving on, our futures event prep. Remember, the last time we meet, which is going to be on Thursday, July 18th. Part of that meeting is going to be sort of a public poster session where you have the opportunity to present your future studies project to others in the community, folks that we invite to this event. And one of the things that's really important about this particular event is getting people to attend. So what I want to do is encourage you to do a number of things. First, the flyer for the event is uploaded to Blackboard, and you have access to, I believe, a PDF version and a JPEG version. So I would encourage you to print one of those out, put it up in your office, print a couple of those out, slide them in the mailboxes of your colleagues, use that PDF, post it on your Facebook or email it to folks or however you would like to do it to try to generate some interest. And truly, anyone is invited who would be interested in talking to us about these things. So that might be anyone from your family or friends to your colleagues or people that you work with. And there's, anyone can come, truly. Kids, anybody. So do what you can, and I don't think it's too early to make folks aware that this event is coming up, because you guys are generating some awesome ideas, and we definitely want to share those far and wide. Next, I will again bring the poster boards to our face-to-face session this coming Saturday. If you need those, I want you to feel free. Don't be bashful about taking those, and I'll just collect them back from you after the event. So be aware of that. Next, discussion form 6. This one isn't due for, I believe, 2 weeks. So it's due on July 3rd. So I will probably kind of hold off on posting this until after the session with Dr. Mosier. I won't wait until after the session with Dr. Monroe, because that's cutting it a little bit close, just to kind of see what kind of focus we want to have for that particular discussion forum. So be patient on that. You'll have at least a week, I promise, and really try to focus on your future studies project. And I should note that that discussion forum 6 is actually your last one. So keep that in mind. And finally, I wanted to make mention of a little tool that I've recently discovered called Google Alerts. And essentially what you can do is go to this webpage, google.com/alerts, type in some search term, and actually have Google search this search term on a periodic basis to find new content for you, which will be delivered in the form of an email. So I'll give you 2 that I am currently subscribing to right now. I get a daily email using the search query Community College, and the other search query that I get one from is Photo Voice. Obviously 2 things that I have interest in that I want to kind of keep up with. And I thought this might be just a cool thing for me to share with you all in case you want to set up some Google Alerts, either for your future studies project or just for things that you might be interested in general. A lot of folks that I interact with via social media, Twitter in particular, I know will subscribe to various alerts and then use Twitter to share those links. And it can be really interesting stuff. For example, news articles, new blog posts, announcements, so on and so forth. So just an idea for you. All right, that's all I have for you this week. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and if you need anything between now and then, just let me know. Thanks, everyone.